Hi everyone, good to see you this afternoon. I'm going to show you how to do a quilt card this afternoon. So Julie Heitz was the lady who I saw doing a video on Facebook with this card and absolutely loved it because I love quilting anyway, but I haven't done any for a while. So this is using the Beauty of the Earth designer series paper. This is the hand penned designer series paper, the tiger one and the pansy designer series paper as well. So the card I'm going to do today, I'm going just to show you that it opens out with 4 squares there, like sampler squares. There's the pansy one opening out like that, and then the Beauty of the Earth opening out like that, and I put a tree in it, and then the hand penned opening out like that, and I could actually put a flower there. I think I probably will before I send it. So that's 4 cards, and today we're going to use the peach designer series paper. Can't remember the exact name of it, but it's got peaches on it. I've only got the designer series paper. I haven't actually got the stamp set or the bundle. So I could choose to do 4 different like that, or I could turn that over, but we'll come to that in a moment. The first thing I want to do is to give you the measurements. So it's a normal card base, which is 5 7/8 of an inch by 4 1/8. You need 2 pieces of basic white, one for the outside. They're both the same size and they are 5.5 by 3 3/4, and one is going to go inside. Then you need 4 squares of designer series paper. You could use one and then just flip it over, or you could use 4 different ones. These are 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. And then you need 4 small squares of designer series paper that are 1 1/4 by 1 1/4, and you need 4 pieces, so I've stuck them on already, and these are the 4 pieces of cardstock to stick them to, which are 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. So the 4 little squares of designer series paper are 1 1/8 by 1 1/8, and the cardstock is 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. Hi Helen, good to see you. And then you need another piece of, you can do different or matching to the card base. This is 4 1/8 by 3 1/2, and you basically put it with the short side at the top and you score it every 3/4 of an inch, 3/4, 1 1/2, 2 1/4 and 3. And then you need 2 thin strips of designer series paper, which are basically going to be 1/2 an inch by 3 7/8, which will just go on those 2 center panels there. This is the tab. And then these are going to go around like this, and then you're going to stick the tab like that. So I'll just do that now, so I've got that out of the way. So I'm going to put some Tombow. You could use double-sided tape if you wanted to, or you could use Stamp and Seal as well, but I'm just going to use Tombow there. And you're going to find that these 2, oh, I've got some ink on my hands, those 2 pieces are going to go like that, and then you've got that piece like that. Okay, so I'm going to stamp and stick this piece down. So I'm actually using a sentiment from a stamp set called Queen Anne's Lace. And on the inside of the card, I want to put celebrating all the wonderful things about you. So I know that that is going to go there. So if I just get this, and I know that I want that sort of central there, and that'll do. And that's the inside of the card. So I'll just put that to one side for the time being. And then I want Hello Friend on the outside of the card. So I'm going to stamp that in the bottom left-hand corner. Hopefully you can see that. There you go. So that then helps me to know where I'm going to position my pieces. So I want that piece to be quite large. I think I'll sort of do them like that. So this piece, the left-hand edge of this square is sort of going to be, depends how large a sentiment you've got here. So I'll probably put it a bit like that. I want an even spaced triangle there. That piece will go there, that piece will go there, and that piece will go there. Now, if I wanted to, I could draw a pencil line and then just stick them on, but I'm actually going to eyeball it. So I just have to make sure I know where I'm putting my Tombow. So I'm going to put someone like that, and I know I want it about there, and I want that up like that, and I'm happy with that. This piece is going to go on, I want it like that, I think. So I know that it's sort of going on this area here. And if you can see that, I'm just going to stick it on like that. Put those pieces together. And then I know that this piece is going to stick on there, so I don't want to get glue below this line here. But I know that that's going to cover that area there, so I can put glue all the way around here. You could, of course, apply glue to the back of the piece of paper that you're attaching, but you might get it in the wrong place. The best thing is to do this actually on a silicone mat. I'll just grab mine. When you're doing gluing like this, it's usually best to have a silicone mat, and that means you can easily peel it off and then you can wash the glue off afterwards. So that's that. I have two pairs of paper snips. I have one which is for cutting off things like this, and I have another pair that's actually just for ribbon and not to be put near any projects with glue, because I do find that they get a little bit sticky sometimes and not quite as sharp when you've been using them cutting off pieces of paper which have bits of glue on them. You could actually use a trimmer for this as well. I think that's what Julie did, if I remember rightly from the video. So I'm just going to just trim that a little bit closer. There we go. Get these scraps out of the way, and that's the front. Now, before I actually put it on the front of my card, I'm actually going to emboss it. So I'm going to use the Ornate Floral Embossing Folder, which is really nice. I used the bark embossing folder on this one. I didn't use an embossing folder on that one. I used the Old World embossing folder on that one and the Texture 3D embossing folder on that one. So I'm just going to go and put this through the cut and emboss machine. So here you can see the embossing folder. So I'm just going to place it in like that. I've got the area that sticks up underneath, and then it's going to press into here so that I'll see the raised flowers. So you just have your base plate, and then with the stamp and emboss machine, with the cut and emboss machine from Stampin' Up, you use the grey plate number 4 on top of your embossing, your 3D embossing folder. So just makes it a little bit different. You can see there, it looks really pretty, I think. So I'm glad that I did use that embossing folder. So I'm just going to put a bit of Tombow on the back and stick that down. And just give it a bit of a press with my hand, and that's the front of the card done. Then I'm going to take a piece of basic white for the inside. You could cut this a little bit, sort of, you don't have to have the full width of the card because this piece is going to stick on top, but I just like to be safe than sorry, so I do tend to do the full width of the card. So I'm just going to put glue on there, and I'm going to put that piece there, and that piece is going to come across like that, and I'm just going to stick it down, and I might have to just cut off, might have done it just a little bit. I'd prefer to do it too long than to do it too short, and there you can see that sticking up like that. So then I take my pieces, and I'll probably do them alternate. So I'm going to do one there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stick these together first, and then I'm going to stick it on. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there, and I'm going to centre that. And then I'm going to put that one on top of this one. A little bit of glue there, and centre that like that. Just eyeball it is what we call it in the trade, not centering. So I'm just eyeballing like that. And then once I've got those stuck together, now I can put them, and I want to make sure that I haven't got any of this sticking out, and I think I've just about got away with it. So I'm going to put a little bit of Tombow, if you can see that, and put that there, and just hold it on. put that down. I do have a tiny bit just sticking up there, but I'll just, don't think it would really show. I'll just cut that nib off. I don't think people will notice. There we go. And then I can open it up, and then you've got the quilting on the outside with the very pretty papers. I love these papers. And then you open it out and you've got the quilt sampler on the inside. Just give that time to stick down. So I'll just show you again. That's the card we've just made. That's one with the hand penned. That's one with the Tiger Designer Series paper. That's with the Pansy Designer Series paper. And that's with the Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper. So 5 cards in all. Sometimes it's really good when you get a style of card to do a few with different colours, different designer series papers, different stamp sets. So you get to use your stash, which is great, rather than having it stored there, actually break it open and use it. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, Helen. Hope other people will enjoy this on the replay, and see you all again soon. Bye.